sure, we only have 4 new sync pairs this month, which is a very good thing because, it might actually be possible, guys, to get all sync pairs if you're lucky. And side note, check out my how many gems can we get video. The link will be in this description. But unless DNA can somehow prove that they're gonna follow through with this new, less greedy schedule of new sync pair scouts and everything for the next 3 months. That means until March, where there's the 4.5-year anniversary. I would not trust them so early. So it might actually be better to save up your gems and maybe save for the next several months. But maybe these sync pairs are good, getting just 1 copy. In this video, we discuss. So with that said, guys, strap on your seatbelts, sit tight, and let's begin this analysis video. Here we go. Yo, this is Sol, also known as SPL Gum, also known as Facial Gum, also known as Grunt, the artist Team Skull Grunt, and this is Pokemon Masters EX, where we discuss if getting 1 copy of the new sync pairs is a worthwhile investment for your gems or not. So yeah, this will not discuss getting more than 1 copy, although I'll probably be discussing that very tiny bit, but we're just focusing on just getting 1 copy because everyone else will be getting their own respective analysis videos in the next coming days/weeks. But before we continue, guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up for me and let me know in the comment section if you have a favorite among these sync pairs. Maybe you have already scouted for Champion Nate. A lot of people got extremely lucky. And a little bit of people for this sync pair only, guys. For this sync pair, for this master pair, I noticed that a lot of people got really lucky with Champion Nate. There are a couple of people who got completely shafted, but I've seen more people get lucky on him versus, the ones that get shafted. So if you're in whatever side of that spectrum, let me know in the comment section if you did scout for him. And one more thing, if you want to support my channel, I would like to invite you guys to click on the join button down below and support my channel by becoming a member. And thank you to these awesome people for supporting my channel for the last several years, 2 months, 2 days, whatever you are here. Thank you for your support. Welcome, Sophia, to the Great Vault here. Thank you. She's our resident Ogre Pawn. And congratulations on winning the cosplay contest as well. And with that said, guys, let's discuss. Here we go. So, let's start with the timeline events right now. So, as you can see over here, Nate is already out November 30 until January 11, or rather January 11 he goes away, so you can scout from November 30 to January 10. A couple of weeks after Nate, which is a very good thing because normally it's just a couple of days or 2 days after Nate, I'm already used to seeing, okay, Nate comes out on November 30. 2 days after him, we have a new Master Fair. One week after him, we have another sync pair. Then 2 days after that sync pair. Then 2 days after that sync pair. It's nice to have these sync pairs come out quite spread out through the month. Yes, the seasonal sync pairs are still 2 days apart, but having a Master Fair number 1 versus Master Fair number 2 split out end of the month, end of November, end of December is a very nice thing. And I'm all for supporting this type of content from Pokemon Masters. Maybe if they keep this up, there'll be an ace pair in no time. If they keep this up, maybe the game will survive a little bit longer and maybe more people will come back to the game because a lot of people are burnt out from all the sync pairs, all the content, all the and very, very little gems. Yes, DNA is very good. The game is very good with the sync pair interactions, with the music, with the events, but they've not been great with the amount of gems that they've been giving. They've not been good with prioritizing trainer feedback. Here's what I think, guys. I think DNA is aware, has been aware for the longest time, that we players are not in support of them releasing this amount of sync pairs. But then, they have already come up with a schedule for the longest time. They could not just cut it out. You know, they've spent money already on the development and everything, and they have to push through with it no matter what. And then it's only this month, it's only December, that they're able to follow through with the feedback. If that's actually the case, then good. I hope that this continues and it only stays like this for the remainder of the lifetime of Pokemon Masters, and maybe a maximum of 5 sync pairs only. Maximum 5, not more than 5. So, we'll have to see. But December 29 is the last day of Viola and Sycamore. And then for Rosa, the last day is on January, let me hide myself, January 28. So, these sync pairs have a nice split out time schedule. You can see their roles over here. Nate is a striker. Viola is a field unit, and if I'm not mistaken, she is the very first field seasonal unit, or a seasonal sync pair with one of the new roles. And then Sycamore is a support, Rosa is a support. Meanwhile, for the EX roles, Nate has the field EX role. He's the very first with an EX role of the new roles. Rosa is a sprinter EX support, or rather EX role sprinter. Viola is a tech, and Sycamore is striker. And those are the sync pairs. Those are the 4 sync pairs. We're not talking about reruns now, but all of them have their interesting gimmicks, which we will discuss right now. Let's start with Nate, guys. Now, I have already made a video of Nate. You can check this video out, the good versus the bad video for Champion Nate and Haxorus. And I'll just be breezing through this right now. So, he is a dragon type sync pair with an AoE buddy move. This buddy move is really strong, and it refreshes every single time anyone in your team uses a sync move. So basically, you can consider this as 2 sync moves in a row. If you decide to use the sync move or your buddy move, then your sync move, you know, 2 powerful AoE attacks in a row, considering or provided that you have 6-star EX him. He also has a gimmick called a brand new field, or rather a brand new field effect called the Unova Circle. And this basically is something like Master Passive. You know, Master Passives power up all your sync pairs, the more types of whatever region those sync pairs are, or whatever type those sync pairs are. And Unova Passion applies to not only the normal attacks and the normal attacks of your team and your opponent, but also to sync moves. And I've said this in my video that Poma Tools STDK12 has said that he has not included the calculation of Unova Circle. Now he has included Unova Circle. And a lot of people are questioning if Champion Nate is better than Signasuit Serena or not. So here's my calculation, guys. This is 1 out of 5 Champion Nate. And only for this sync pair, we are doing calculations. For the rest, you will not have any calculations of any sort. So this is considering you have 3 Unova sync pairs, you have maxed out Unova Circle. 1 out of 5, you have all the multipliers that this has, considering that you have also EX rolled him. And it's gonna be easy to EX roll him because this is the very first sync pair with a field EX roll. And as of the current moment, my main account has 19 field roll cake coins. My baby account has 16. I don't know where I missed the other 3. But you can easily get those remaining things by exchanging your daily vouchers into field roll cake coins. And then when you get 20, you can give the tech, or rather the field roll cake, to Champion Nate to give him the field EX roll. So considering you have the field EX roll, he can bring in Dragon Zone once he uses your sync move. He cannot give himself super effective up next. So the damage, as you can see over here, maximum damage for the sync move with 1 copy is 1,995,840. The buddy move is a bit stronger, 2,927,232. Now, comparing this with Signusuit Serena. Signusuit Serena can bring herself super effective up next. And if you have the super effective up next, once you use your sync move, well, you start off with 2,356,965 damage, which is stronger than Champion Nate. And basically the damage, Champion Nate is stronger than this one, but you can use Core and Force unlimited number of times. So with 1 copy, guys, with 1 copy, Signusuit Serena is better. And if you have her EX rolled, she can even deal this amount of damage on the second sync nuke. 4,713,930 versus Champion Nate. If you decide to give him, you know, his EX roll, second sync move is still 2,993,760. 1 copy, Signusuit Serena is better. But what if you have the maximum copies, guys? Maximum copies of Champion Nate with all the multipliers active over here. I think physical is actually 50. Is it 50? I think it's 50. Calculate the damage. This is a sync nuke build. And this gives us 11,556,253. That is considering we have Dragon Zone. Meanwhile, Signusuit Serena over here, I chose all sync grid tiles. And for Champion Nate, I did not get every single tile. For Signusuit Serena, I gave all the tiles. We did not give Dragon Zone because Signusuit Serena cannot give herself Dragon Zone, but can give herself super effective up next. The opponent is restrained, which is an important thing. 30 for the Kalos Flag Bearer thing. We got 6-star EX. We got her EX roll. Calculated damage. That is equivalent to 5 million for the first sync and 10 million for the second sync. For Champion Nate, the first sync, I think I have to set this up again, 50. We got Unova, 3 Unova sync pairs over here. We got 6-star EX. We got the EX roll, calculated damage. First sync is 7 million something. Second sync is 11 million something. So, with higher copies of Signusuit, or rather with Champion Nate is actually stronger than Signusuit Serena. So I hope that answers your questions as to who is stronger than who. But anyway, whoever you have is good. Is good. Champion Nate can power up your Unova sync pairs. Signusuit Serena can power up your Kalos sync pairs. Never hurts to have both of them. And let's just say he's a very, very hard hitter, even at 1 copy. And if you want to know more about him, you can check out the good versus the bad video. I'm moving on from Champion Nate right now. Let's move on Champion Rosa and Meloetta. If you see this background image, congratulations. You finally see Rosa's Mindscape for the very first time. Because you don't actually scout for Rosa, so there's no other scoutable forms of Rosa. Rosa is a story sync pair. Is there? Well, there's Holiday Rosa, but Holiday Rosa's Mindscape image is completely different. Oh, there is actually Cosplay Rosa. was a similar image. But anyway, guys, if you see this background image, congratulations, you've successfully scouted for Champion Rosa. And this is a support sync pair. As a support sync pair, you know, she can power up. This is a weird one because she powers up, or she raises everyone's speed stat with her trainer move, and then raises the special moves up next effect of all allied sync pairs by 2 if she is in Aria form, and physical moves up next effect by 2 when she is in pirouette form. This sync pair changes forms, guys. So how do you change the form of this sync pair? Use any move that has the word Relic Song. So it's either her buddy move Relic Song of Wonder or your sync move Sepia Memories Relic Song. And her passive skill Relic Nostalgia switches your forms from Aria form to pirouette form and vice versa. If you switch to Aria form, everyone will get, or rather, not wrong. Whenever you switch forms, everyone in your team will get both a physical moves up next effect and a special moves up next effect. So just by attacking every time, just by attacking the opponent with the Relic Song of Wonder, everyone will get physical moves up next effect. Everyone will get special moves up next effect. Normally, the moves, you know, we have Argenta that can do a physical moves up next effect infinitely. But Argenta has Swords Dance. And Swords Dance does not do damage on the opponent. Relic Song of Wonder damages every single opponent. And not only that, you get to have a 30% of putting the opponents, and not just one opponent, all the opponents to sleep. 30% chance. Raises everyone's critical hit rate by 1 every single time you use Relic Song of Wonder. Which means she can buff up everyone's crit without using a trainer move, and then raises 1 random stat of all allied sync pairs at random. Every single stat can be raised: attack, defense, special attack, special defense, speed, accuracy, or evasiveness can be raised just by using Relic Song of Wonder. And Relic Song of Wonder does not have any MP. You can use this an unlimited number of times as long as your HP is not low. As long as you're not in a pinch, as long as you're not gonna faint, you know, and whenever you're gonna faint, she has potions so that you get to recover her HP. So she's a very, very nice sync pair because she can not only raise everyone's crit, not only raise everyone's random stat, not only can she give everyone physical moves up next effect and special moves up next effect. Again, this switches every single time you use Relic Song of Wonder. She switches from being a psychic type. Take note of this. She switches from being a psychic type to becoming a fighting type. And if I'm not mistaken, guys, this is the very first sync pair to have her weakness with 1S, SAS. Her weakness change from bug to flying type to bug to flying type. This has never happened before because all the sync pairs that we had before that can switch types does not change weakness. Which I'm not sure if you can use this to your advantage whenever you fight against an opponent, but I'm sure someone can figure out some way to do this. But this is the very first sync pair that can switch weakness types, can switch sync move types. Sync move types, not really the first one. But if I'm not mistaken as well, this is the very first sync pair that can freely... No. It's not. It's not the very first sync pair that can freely switch sync move types. There is Champion Serena and Champion Callum for that. But this is the very first sync pair that can freely switch weaknesses. And every single time you switch types as well, guys, take note that your Sing from Aria form will switch to Teeter Dance. Teeter Dance hits everyone, gets them confused. Relic Song or Sing gets everyone or gets one opponent to fall asleep. But whatever type you have, Relic Song of Wonder can make 30% chance of making the opponent fall asleep. Now, you have a lucky skill called Troublemaker 1. Troublemaker 1 doubles the chances of Sing. Sing has I think 45% accuracy. So if you have Troublemaker 1, it doubles the chances of making the opponent fall asleep. But I don't think that Troublemaker 1 actually applies to Relic Song of Wonder, because Relic Song of Wonder damages the opponent. Sing does not damage the opponent. So I don't think Troublemaker 1 will work here. So you have a choice of giving her Vigilance or Troublemaker 1, but if you're planning on benefiting from her, you know, switching, giving everyone physical moves up next effect, special moves up next effect, and stuff like that, you're better off just giving Vigilance to her. Now, she has another passive skill, Psychic Performance, as well as Fighting Performance. What this does is that it changes. Normally, Sing is a normal type attack. Normally, Teeter Dance is a normal type attack. It just changes those types of attacks into Fighting or Psychic, as well as changes your Sing move type to Fighting and Psychic. And then, your defense will be raised if you switch or you attack an opponent when you are Fighting type or when you are Pirouette form. It will raise your defense stat +1. And if you are Psychic form, if you have Arya form, it will raise your special defense +1 for Meloetta, for Rosa. So not only do you raise everyone's attack or defense or special attack, special defense, blah, 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 you raise also your own either defense or special defense. Now, the last passive skill, I think, if I understood this correctly, the very first time you attack an opponent when you are in Arya form, at the start of the battle, you're in Arya form. So the very first time you attack an opponent, and I want to attack the opponent with Relic Song of Wonder because it hits everyone. Everyone in the opponent's team will get a Psychic type rebuff. And then you switch to Pirouette form because that's what Relic Song does. Relic Nostalgia changes your form. Once you switch to Pirouette form, you use Relic Song of Wonder to hit every single opponent. Everyone will get a Fighting type rebuff as well. Lowered rebuff, meaning your Fighting type attacks will get stronger, meaning your Psychic type attacks will get stronger with a Psychic type rebuff. So whatever type you're fighting against, your Fighting type attacks and your Psychic type attacks will get stronger, and makes Rosa or Champion Rosa a very, very nice sync pair to use. Not only that, again, she's a master sync pair, or rather master fair. So you have another master, you have a master passive Unova Flag Bearer. The more Unova sync pairs you have in your team, the higher your attack move damage, not only for physical attacks but also special attacks. And the lower the damage you receive from the opponent's normal attacks, physical attacks, or special attacks, but this does not apply to sync moves. So that's Champion Rosa and Meloetta, guys. A very, very nice sync pair. A very, very nice support sync pair to be more specific. And if you decide to give her the EX role, which you can easily give, again, because if you've been playing, you should have equal amount of sprint roll cake coins as well as your field roll cake coins. So you should have almost 20, and you can easily exchange your daily vouchers for those remaining coins, and then exchange that for a sprint roll cake, give it to her, and she will become a support sprint sync pair. Support sync pairs give you a double sync buff. Sprint sync pairs give you Adrenaline 3, making your next sync move much easier to access, making you be able to hit the opponent really hard on your second sync move. And that, guys, is Champion Rosa and Meloetta. Now, I wanna quickly discuss 1 out of 5. You get Stalwart, which your special defense cannot be lowered. But I want to jump right now to 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5, we got Force Field 9 and Team Stoic 9. Every single time you attack an opponent, you get to raise everyone's defense +1 for Team Stoic 9, and everyone's special defense +1 with Force Field 9. And so you raise these two stats together with a random stat +2, which makes Rosa and Meluetta not only a nice support, not only a nice sleeper, chance of making the opponent fall asleep, not only for the fighting type rebuff, psychic type rebuff, not only for the critical hit rate, not only for the potion, but she becomes an all-rounder, very, very nice sync pair, and very high defenses as well. Check that out. 311 defense and 314 defense. If you decide to 6-star EX her, those numbers will go up to 351 and 314, considering that's only level 140, not yet level 150. So, very nice sync pair all throughout. I like this sync pair a lot. If you're gonna scout, maybe she's gonna be worth it. But let's now jump back to the holiday units. You know, Rosa is coming out at the end of the month. So, Viola is actually coming out first, as well as Sycamore. So, Viola over here is, if you see this background image, congratulations, successfully scouted for this nice outfit and this nice Pokemon. So, what does this sync pair do? Well, it has Struggle Bag, which is very typical. You get to lower the opponent's special attack by 1. This hits everyone, okay? The Frozen Butterfly stuns for. This is a buddy move that only you can use once, and when you use it, it will only activate when you have Bug Zone active. And this is the second sync pair in the game that has Bug Zone or Bug Wish. So that alone, guys, makes her quite significant. We have another sync pair with Bug Zone or Bug Wish that is Cosplay Ingo. And I'm not sure if a lot of people scouted for Cosplay Ingo. Cosplay Ingo has a lot to do with the buffing the opponent's defenses, if I'm not mistaken. Also gets to trap the opponent. This one is more support than anything else. And also a tech unit, because Frozen Butterfly stands for will leave the opponent paralyzed, will leave the opponent confused. And it also lowers every single stat of the enemies by 1. Attack, defense, special attack, special defense, speed, accuracy, evasiveness. 7 stats down with 1 attack, but you can only use this once. Now, what's the significance of both paralyzing and confusing the opponent? Well, you have a new passive skill here called Paralyze Opponent Fail up 5, which paralysis will trigger more often, 50% more often. So the opponent will not be able to hit you a lot of times because of paralysis. And then if the field is Bug Zone, your team will receive less damage. Your entire team, normal attack damage from the opponent's less damage. I don't think this applies for Sing moves. And then, if the opponent has a status condition, so as if the opponent is, status condition is paralyzed, right? Paralyzed. The opponent's paralyzed, you get to lower the opponent's random stats -2. Either attack, defense, special defense, speed, accuracy, or evasiveness. Remember, you're gonna use Struggle Bug a lot. So, you lower the opponent's special attack -1, and you lower a random stat -2. And then you get to use Frozen Butterfly Stun for again, which lowers every single stat of the opponent. And that's basically it. She has another trainer move, guys, called Getting in Focus. And what this does is that you choose an ally in your team and raise their special attack and critical hit rate by 2. You can use this on yourself. You can use this on another sync pair. But very ordinary trainer move. She's a tech sync pair. If this applies actually to all sync pairs, raise everyone's special attack and critical hit rate +2, that would be better. But unfortunately, it's just one sync pair of your choice. But aside from that, a very nice debuffer, guys. Ingo hits only one opponent. Cosplay Ingo only hits one opponent. This one hits everyone, lowers everyone's stats, lowers 2 stats when the opponents are paralyzed, and then has a higher chance of inflicting or of triggering that paralysis so that the opponent will not be able to attack you at all. Plus Bug Zone, and if there's Bug Zone, you get to receive less damage from the opponent. That is her 1 out of 5 kit. 2 out of 5 kit, you got a fail forward 1, which if the opponent misses, I think miss over here, or fails an attack, will trigger fail forward 1. I'm not sure if the opponent is paralyzed or hits itself with confusion, if fail forward 1 will trigger. But just take note of those things. And then, you know, she has a sing move on opponent paralyzed. If you hit the opponent with a sing move, the opponents will get paralyzed. We're just passing through her kit right now. You have a Bug Wish MP refresh 2 at 3 out of 5. You have an opponent's paralyzed team moves up 2. If the opponent is paralyzed, every single one in your team's attacks will be stronger. So a lot to do with the opponent paralyzing here. And you have Power Play, which is a very nice multiplier. You have Static Shock, which is, if the opponent's paralyzed, gets stronger sync move damage. Now, does she actually have no... Wait a minute. I don't think she's a tech sync pair, guys. So my mistake. It's far too late to correct this now. But she is a field sync pair and not a tech sync pair. So, no multipliers for the sync move. I just realized that. Her EX role is tech, but her role itself is field. So, just by using your sync move, if you have her 6-star EX, you also bring in Bug Zone. And it will extend the duration of Bug Zone. So again, too late to correct this. Some people might be typing right now or earlier about her not being a tech. Yes, she's not a tech. Her EX role is tech. So, let's move on before you guys continue. Sycamore and Go-Goat is the last sync pair that we're gonna discuss. And this one is a support sync pair. This support sync pair has a lot to do with grass. Grass, grass, grass. If you're fighting against an opponent that uses grass type moves, this is probably the best sync pair you're gonna use. Why? Number 1, you have a passive skill. The passive skills are the most interesting thing. You have a passive skill called Grass Type Research Results, which I should probably duplicate that slide, but too late. Grass Type Research Results, what this does is that it lowers every single opponent's grass type rebuff by 1 when you attack an opponent using Razor Leaf. And then, the first time you hit the opponent with Razor Leaf as well, it raises everyone's grass type rebuff. Now, we have talked about the game talks about rebuff. Negative rebuff, positive rebuff. But we have never seen this in action before except for certain cases like use your trainer move so that you get to be more resistant to the last attack that the opponent has attacked you with. Something like that. This one brings it that rebuff to all your allied sync pairs. So once you use Razor Leaf, you make the opponents weak to grass type attacks. You make your team more resistant to grass type attacks. Positive rebuffs can go up to +3, but this is only +1. Negative rebuffs can go down to -3, but this is only -1. And then every single time you attack an opponent, you get to recover your HP because of hit HP recovery 9. And then you have another passive skill called Group Grass Guard. And that means that your team will be more resistant to grass type attacks. So, you have a grass type positive rebuff that's gonna reduce grass type damage to your entire team. You have Group Grass Guard that will reduce damage to your entire team. And then you get to recover every single time you attack an opponent. Just him, not all your allied sync pairs. You have Potion, you have Dire Hit All Plus, you have Let's All Have a Battle, which I'm a fan of because it raises everyone's defense and special defense +4 immediately. And then it also raises everyone's speed stat +2. Very basic kit, but very effective kit. This is specifically specific for use against opponents that love to use grass type attacks against you. But you can also bring this and use this against other sync pairs of other types, but he will benefit from sync pairs that use grass type attacks. In fact, I'm really curious how he does against Tapu Bulu. Tapu Bulu loves to use very strong grass type attacks, and he can probably solo Tapu Bulu, which I'm really curious how he does against Tapu Bulu right now. If Tapu Bulu brings in grassy terrain, you know, you get to recover HP when you use a grass type attack when in grassy terrain. Plus, he will recover extra HP with hit recovery 9. So, a very, very nice sync pair. And at 1 copy, you cannot get paralyzed. 2 out of 5, you get to raise everyone's speed stat even more. Some stuff to do with grassy terrain. And if you have your sync move for every single time you use your sync move, everyone will get regen. An interesting thing is that 3 out of 5, you get a debut grass rebuff 1, which gives yourself grass type rebuff additional 1. So Sycamore gets grass type rebuff +2. Meanwhile, all your other sync pairs get grass type rebuff +1. Also have Opening Blockade, gives you a physical damage reduction and special damage reduction. So nice, guys. Plus Triage Tank 9. Every single time you get hit by the opponent, you get to recover HP. Sycamore, I really like his kit. And very nice sync pair to use. Very specific to grass type. Again, you can use this against other opponents, but very, very specific to be strong against grass type opponents or grass type users in general. And with that said, guys, again, we're done with this video. Go scout for your favorites instead of the meta. This is the very first alt that's scoutable of Sycamore. And the other sync pair, who's the other sync pair? Viola. This is also the very first alt of Viola. Sycamore is in the Trainer Lodge, so Sycamore has a Trainer Lodge variant. But Viola, the very, very first variant, or very first alt of Viola itself. But, this is the always, for me at least, prioritize Master Fairs instead of the others. And we have seen Champion Nate, he hits hard. If you want a hard-hitting dragon type, Champion Nate. Rosa is very, very nice, very interesting, very nice, very high defenses, can raise everyone's stats, can make the opponent fall asleep. Maybe Rosa, if you have a nice dragon type already, maybe prioritize Rosa over Nate. You probably don't need Nate for that. If you need a nice support, defensive support to be more specific, go for Sycamore. Very nice. It's like Evelyn can raise everyone's defense and special defense +4, but cannot raise critical hit rate. And Sycamore can do that. And then Sycamore is way tanky, very, very tanky, very nice. He's like a very, very glowed up version of Evelyn. And then you have Viola, which is probably the worst out of the bunch, in my opinion. But lowered 7 stats in one, body move can lower probably -3 more stats. Whenever you use Struggle Bug, it lowers 2 different stats, or just 1 stat -3. And then raises the chance of the opponent not being able to attack you because of paralysis. And when there's Bug Zone, you get to receive less damage. and deal more damage if you have her at a higher move level. So those are the things that we have right now. If I were to rate these sync pairs, depending on what you need, depending on if you have a nice dragon type or not, I would rate Nate either a 1 or 2, or Rosa 1 out or 2. Then Sycamore is number 3 for me just because he is not a master fair. Viola is at number 4. But, you know, you do you, scout for whoever you want. If you have enough gems, maybe scout everyone because everyone is actually good in this update. Viola, not so great, but still good. Again, in my video, I made a mistake, marked her as tech, but she is actually a field unit. And the good thing about Nate, Champion Nate and Champion Rosa is that you can most likely give them their EX rolls immediately because there have not yet been any field EX rolls or sprint EX roll sync pairs in the game yet. So you can give them the EX rolls just by doing your daily region rotation, doing your daily missions so that you get enough of those daily vouchers which you can exchange for the remaining coin and then exchange for the roll cake of your choice and give it to them. With that said, guys, that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed watching as I talk non-stop for the last 40 minutes. And if you did, don't forget to hit the thumbs up for me and let me know in the comment section which one of these sync pairs you are scouting for. And share out this video to your friends. And if you want to support me a bit further, you can become a member of my channel again by joining, clicking on the join button down below. And a huge shout out to Shadowphil and Alcin for supporting me for 3 years. Shadowphil for Master Ball tier is the top tier. And I really appreciate it for all the support this past several years. Pokeball tier, Roy, Luca, and Jeremy, thank you for supporting me for 2 years. Appreciate it. Iwiz, Kosei, Tatsuya Gold, Apsaras Gaming, thank you for supporting me for 1 year. And thank you, Yuki and Sophia for Great Ball tier, Pokefriendo for Pokeball tier. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. And thank you as well to the gifters of my channel. You guys are awesome and thank you for being extra generous and showering your blessings to these people. And if you want to help me out outside YouTube, which gets 30% of all income, guys, you can go ahead to my coffee.com/SPLgum page and get me the remaining 30%, you know, straight to me without YouTube getting the money, because 30% is a lot. If you donate a huge amount of money, it's a lot. So if you decide to give a huge, become extra generous, maybe it will be better if you do it on coffee.com/SPLgum instead. But I leave it up to you because the top super chat can change at any time. But with that said, guys, thank you for watching. Again, huge shout out to all of you. Thank you guys for your support. And good luck with your evolution hunts. The event is almost over. Good luck. Hope you find your remaining EVs. And with that said, this is Sol, also known as SPLgum, also known as Facial Gum, also known as Grunt, the artist Team Skull Grunt. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Rawr.